welcome and issues will be referred to the appropriate board, committee, or administrator. Please know that issues will not be debated in this public meeting. Comments will be summarized in the official board minutes, which will be available by contacting the business office. There will be an executive session following this regular meeting dealing with personnel issues. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones and other electronic devices. Mrs. Collins, all members are present. Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And welcome to our guest tonight. The nest is here. Okay. Any notices and communications from any board members? There is no citizens' participation tonight, so I guess we're ready for any board committee reports.
I had one about the Finance, Buildings, and Grounds Committee. We have completed the process of aligning the forms in a way that would be promote communication for the board. So we will not meet this month. Our next meeting actually includes the entire board, and it will be at the budget workshop where we'll begin to see the preliminary budget presented to the board and any of those forms that are applicable to that. I also would encourage individual board members, if you wanted to reach out to your legislator about your individual position on the cyber charter tuition, feel free to do so while we move toward that county stance. It'll take a little bit of time to do that, but a phone call goes a long way if that's something you're so inclined to do.
Yes, most representatives say phone calls is the most effective as opposed to emails. So if you want to reach out to your representatives, I know that Representative Ecker said that that's what he really counts on. So that would be important to do. Any other reports?
The policy committee meeting met. We strategized a little bit on how we want to attack policies moving forward with new leadership and a new committee there. We do have one coming forward at our next meeting early in April relative to the stadium, and I won't go into the details of that now. And then we're going to start attacking some of the oldest policies as well as contemporary ones that come up on an as-needed basis. Did I get that right, Dr. Perrin? Yep, absolutely.
No report for Communications Committee, but we are meeting on April 24th.
Anything else? I'll report on the LIU meeting at the beginning of the month. The board of directors did receive the audit, and just like Gettysburg, it got a very favorable one, no marks of any kind. So that was good for the IU. And just to keep you an update, the interim director, Dr. Senseney, is doing a wonderful job. It's something probably that board should have probably done before they had done it. Should have hired him sooner. He is working closely with Dr. West, who Dr. West will be joining and start his job on May 1st. So the IU will have a new director, and hopefully we will see some new changes, some new ideas brought forth from him to the IU. Hopefully the IU will begin to look at offering programs to the serving districts, and hopefully to a point that maybe districts won't have to rely doing it themselves. So he has a task ahead of him, but I think he is ready for it. And, I guess that's it on reports. Dr. Perrin, building program information.
Good evening. And good evening. I look forward, beginning on Sunday through Wednesday of next week, Dr. Perrin had asked Ann Baum and I to attend the PDE Data Summit this year with Lynn Chappelle. There's a lot of new measures that are in place now for collecting data for our PA index. So just getting more familiar with those reports and indicators and knowing how to best support building principals for ensuring that the data we enter into our system is accurate, reflective of the work we're doing. So it's 3 full days, but we look forward to attending that collaboratively and coming back and training our administrators and the teachers on those things that we learn about all those new reports. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. I know that Mr. Eckenrode wanted to share some information regarding the work that's being done at Adams County Tech Prep.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to stop back in. I've been on the job for a few months now. Just wanted to stop back in and give a quick report. We had a Chapter 339 audit a couple months ago. 7 people from the Department of Education came in. We had some accommodations. Our lesson plans look good. Our dual credit offerings look good. Job shadowing, they really like that. And our industry certifications. We do have some corrective actions, mostly around our occupational advisory committees. Not that we're doing things incorrectly or anything like that. I think it's more of a documentation thing. It just said we need to document things a little bit better. And our career objective forms and task tracking, we need to get a little bit better at that. The work with our consultant, Dr. Clyde Hornberger, is progressing. He's coming to our monthly meetings and providing us with recommendations and suggestions for moving forward. The next step, I believe, he's going to be getting a committee of the business managers together to try to come up with a funding formula for how this might look in the final version. He's suggesting a 4-year transition for the funding and programs, so we'll have that to present to you in a few months. And he's just continuing his work and should be completed on time. One of my goals before the end of the school year is to start a cooperative education program. It's supported in School Board Policy number 115. And in my opinion, that's one of the things that helps us close the loop with our occupational advisory committees. We ask a lot of business and industry representatives on those committees. We ask them to Judge Nocke test, come to the meetings and do things like that. But we need to give back to them, and the way that we do that is through a cooperative education program where they can hire our students before they even graduate high school, and kind of gives them a look at the student to see if they want to hire them full-time. So I'd like to get that started and get a couple students out in co-op before the end of the school year. And finally, just a couple miscellaneous things. Representative Becker visited a few weeks ago, had a good visit with him. He spent about an hour talking to some instructors and myself, and he's very supportive of what we're doing here. And enrollment for next school year looks pretty good. It looks like we have about 128 new students coming into our programs next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Couple of events coming up. The Gettysburg Area Education Foundation is having its Living Arts auction on March 29th over at Tech Prep Building, 6 to 8:30 p.m. You can get tickets online, or we have them during the day at the receptionist out in the front lobby. So it was successful last year. We hope for another successful event this year. John Lewis and I did end up meeting with Peter Montminy regarding April 17th. So we have an agenda, and Andrew will be sending an email out to district parents tomorrow afternoon for a save the date, and looking forward to him working with a number of groups that day, but culminating that evening with parents from 7 to 8:15. But we'll also, while he's in town, try to tap into his expertise with our counselors and psychologists, and also with our administrative team while he's here. So we're excited about having him join our group that day. Also that day, met with Dr. Fuller from College of Ed at Penn State University. He's going to be working with kind of a subgroup of the admin team. Probably through next year and next spring, we'll be looking at possibly putting in some surveys to help us determine whether or not, or to what degree, we're meeting the goals that the about. So, be able to turn some qualitative measures into qualitative, or qualitative measures into quantitative statistics so that they're easy to track over a period of years. So looking forward to getting some baseline data next spring, and then moving on from there. And I think
Okay, we'll move on to our business items for the evening. For personnel, item 9.12 and including 9.8.
so moved.
Is there any discussion? All right, hearing none, I will take a vote. Oh, I'm sorry.
9.8,
Is that an information item? Did I get too many?
is it a 9.7?
Okay, oh, 9.7, I'm sorry. Yes, up to 9.7. Stand corrected. Carrie?
Yes?
Mike?
Yes.
Alice?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Al?
Yes.
Sylvan?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Just for information to all the board members, with the acceptance of the latest retirees, for the year so far, those that have retired, their years of service add up to, I couldn't believe this, but 375 and a half years. So those people will be sorely missed, and we are now going to have to replace them. I don't know if we'll have too many more retirees, but you never know, but that's a large number. So a lot of experience going to be leaving, servicing our kids, students. All right, 13 athletics. Item 13.1, hiring the boys varsity tennis coach.
So moved.
And second.
Any discussion on that? Yay. Okay, hearing that, we will take the vote. Mike?
Yes.
Alice?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Al?
Yes.
Sylvan?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
And I vote yes. All we need is an assistant coach yet, right, Tam?
Yeah.
We're working on that, or Casey's working on that. And I think I did see first match, I think if I've read it correctly, the boys won their first tennis match.
Casey
So-
did a good job.
Yep. We found a coach that produced winners, right? All right. Supplementals, item 14.1, the semester 2 high school cafeteria supervisor.
Second.
Okay, sorry. Any discussion on that? Okay, hearing none. Alice?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Al?
Yes.
Sylvan?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
I vote yes. Business and Finance, item 17.1, the approval of the 2019-20 York Adams Academy General Operating Budget.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion or questions?
Yes, so we hold 4 seats at the York Adams Academy
Correct.
for students who do not successfully complete 12th grade with us, and this is an opportunity for them to basically graduate from high school without having to return to the 12th grade here. Thank you.
We got a question?
We typically fill those seats, so I'm guessing.
Yeah, this is same number we had this past year.
And the cost, my understanding is if you read carefully, the cost remained the same. Okay? All right, Ken?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Al?
Yes.
Sylvan?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Alice?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Under financial report, item 18.1, paying the bills.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? questions? All right, hearing none, take the vote. Jim?
Yes.
Al?
Yes.
Sylvan?
Yes.
Kathleen?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes?
Mike?
Yes.
Alice?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
And I vote yes. That concludes all our business items for the night. Under information, is there anything for the good of the order?
I do, actually.
Okay, sure.
And not a big audience here, but the school district has, obviously, the FBLA program. Justine Sig and Eric Wadle, the two teachers of that go 9 through 12 or 10 through 12. They go to states and nationals each year. They send their kids. They reached out in the fall of the year, looking to offset some of the costs without coming through the school district. And typically they did hoagie sales and cookie sales, et cetera, et cetera. They came up with the idea to do a golf tournament on April 22nd at a relatively low cost. And any assistance, and I don't know if this is more directed towards Andrew and if it's proper for the district, that we can get sponsor forms and golfing forms out there. All the proceeds are going to go directly back to the students for their travel expenses and as they move forward through the state and national program. Right now, it's a little critically low, talking to Ms. Sig today. So I think it's a lack of communication out there, not so much that people are unwilling to step up and support that. So I don't know if we can use the district site to put those registration forms out there, or if any of the school board members would be more than happy to jump in and maybe forward that out to your friends and the business acquaintances that you know, and see if we can't give them the added boost here on April 22nd.
Thank you. Any other?
I just wanted to follow up just real quickly, a couple of remarks regarding the cyber schools. As you're probably aware, it's no secret I'm not a big fan of all the tax dollars we and 499 other school districts pay towards failing cyber charters. But I do want to give kudos to the Keystone State Education Coalition for all the really good information that's been coming out recently, really good stuff. Just learned today that, just an FYI, fiscal year 16-17 PA Cyber had a $48.4 million fund balance. That fund balance is larger than some of the school districts' entire budget. Represents about 37% of their full budget, which again, they're not really following regulations and suggestions made by the Department of Ed and the state and whatever. But I'd also like to give kudos to Susan Spica, the Executive Director of the Ed Leaders of PA, Senator Schwank, House State Rep Sonny for their bills 34 and 526, and then locally for I believe I read in the Times that our colleague over in Littlestown, the school board president there, Dolores Nestor, asked our local state reps, Mal and Torin, where they stood on the issue, and they seem pretty supportive. I've actually met with both of those guys recently, and I've asked them, rather than just saying that they're supportive, I'd like to see their names on that bill, attached to that bill, to take it a little step further. And on that note, frankly, I'd love to see us continue with a resolution that we would sign, and if not with the whole rest of the county. But it seems to be really growing a lot of momentum, and I think what's coming out from the State Education Coalition, naming the state reps and the senators by name and the schools that they represent and how much money is going out to these, I think is really being effective in helping it to the momentum to really grow. So I just want to say kudos and thank you for all their efforts.
Thank you. Anything else?
Yeah, I sent out a doodle poll regarding the scheduling of the budget work session. So we have a larger number of folks available for the 1st than the 8th. So we may need to set it for April 1st, and whoever we can get it. It would be 5:30 to 6:45 prior to the regularly scheduled board meeting.
Thank you, Jason. Reminder that we are going to have an executive session as soon as we adjourn. I'd like to thank the administrators who are here tonight. Thank you for coming out. next meeting date is Monday, April 1st, 2019. No fooling, April 1st, okay? Hearing, after that statement, we stand adjourned.